Hello, and welcome to Art Minutes. I'm Patricia Tomlinson, curator at the Appleton Museum of Art. Today, I would like to introduce you to a photograph from our permanent collection by an artist named Joe Constantino. Constantino was known for his black and white street photography. However, when he first began photographing, he often would also do sports and landscape-related topics. It's really interesting because he started off in a completely different line of work. He was initially involved in the music industry, and during his travels, he started taking photographs as a hobby. However, his interest in photography continued, and eventually in the 1970s, he installed a darkroom in one of his bathrooms in his home. Joe Constantino was raised in Manhattan, so he was very familiar with the very public nature of New York City, and especially its streetscapes. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. We see a woman fashionably dressed, bent over slightly at the waist, peering very intently in a shop window. It's interesting to note that she is virtually head-to-toe couture. Her hat is a Burberry bucket hat, and her clutch is an iconic Gucci clutch. So this is a person who has the wealth to purchase these designer items in the first place. And she's concurrently gazing through the window at other designer fashions. It is also telling that the store she is looking into is the iconic Bergdorf Goodman, which has been operating in New York City on Fifth Avenue for over 122 years. So it's a very iconic New York City shot. One of the things I think is also very interesting is the way that Constantino frames this shot. If you look closely, the mannequin in the shop window appears to also be studying the woman while the woman is studying the clothing on the mannequin. So it's sort of a nice, ironic tit for tat going on in this shot that's a little bit amusing. Additionally, New York City streets are basically a type of theater, and especially on Fifth Avenue. You have myriad types of people, some very fashionably dressed, promenading to and from these various stores. The stores themselves are very large. Their windows of displayed goods are very large. So it's very theatrical and sort of dramatic what all is going on in this street scene as well. Additionally, I think it's very important to note that this photograph also speaks subtly about class divides, monetary divides, and luxury goods as definitive markers within our culture. Thank you for listening, and I hope to share more Art Minutes with you soon. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.